How many comments do I have? Right? We love to know that someone has chosen and accepted us. Remember, playing baseball as a kid and dividing up as a team, usually they have two players who would be captains. And the choosing side that you were thinking, I hope I get chosen by the team because they are the winning team. If you were chosen by the team, remember how great you felt when you were chosen. Or any kind of sport. If you were chosen to do work as a team, you feel good. If you are chosen to be a band member of the church, you feel good. Remember, on the other hand, how bad you would feel when you got down to the last 2 or 3 and you still were not chosen. And when you are chosen, you accept it and it raises your self-esteem, of course. Can we make fun of ourselves? Why not, right? It's good. It's about a lot of things. It's make us above a lot of things. Believe me. As Asian American, we call ourselves banana. Well, yellow outside, white inside. Right? That's fine, no problem. We can be banana. Even with our disability, character flaws, and shortcomings, insecurity, and immaturity, God accepts us as we are. He is always. He invites us home. No conditions, no restriction. He chooses to be His team. We don't have to get cleaned up or stitched up to do anything, to made up to be accepted by God. We don't have to. Just come as you are, be as you are. He accepts us with what we have, regardless of skin color, the shape or feeling, like a piece of junk. Right? Remember this, God creates no junk. Who creates junk? Human. Human creates junks. You can see it. Right? The other one, you are valuable. You are the people of His possession. You belong to God. How much do you think you are worth? I'm not talking about the net worth. Right? How much money you have in the bank or how much portfolio, how big it is. Not that kind. But self-worth. We should never confuse valuable with value as a person. As a person. To answer the question, how much do we think you are worth? We need to ask another question. What determines value? There are two things that determine value in life. The value depends on what someone is willing to pay for something. A house, a car, a piece of art, baseball card, or any other things that people are willing to pay for them. The value depends on who has owned an item in the past. Based on these two criteria that we heard about, what is your value? How much are you worth? The scriptures say, you have been bought and paid for by Christ. So you belong to Him. You belong to Him. Who owns you? What was paid for you? Christ owned you and paid for you, which is life. God exchanged His own Son for you. The cross proved your value. The cross proved your value. That's how much you're worth. God said, I love you this much. Jesus gave His life for you. And Jesus didn't die for junk. In society's value system, we may seem like nothing. But to Jesus, we are the most precious treasure in all the world. Everything else we can replace, right? The car, the house, anything in this world we can replace, but not your life. You can have all money in the world. You can have all money. If we die, I die, nothing can replace us. Doesn't matter how much money you can build, I can have. To hire someone to bring us back, no way. Right? Because we are such incredible value and worth to Jesus. The one cannot begin to comprehend in the incredible worth we are to Jesus. The other thing is we are capable. Now we may sound like a scary to us, a priest. But Peter is saying that the two benefits that priests have now, we are a priest, right? We are now, like everyone who has believed in Jesus Christ, number one, we have direct access to God. We're not just a regular person, we are the priests. We have the right to go directly to God. We don't have to pray through anyone else. You don't have to go confess your sin with some priest. We are directly to God. We don't have to experience God through anyone else. We can do it directly to God. And we have responsibility to minister to the needs of other people. So we can do it ourselves. We don't need pastor. I don't mean that. We still need pastor, but we can do that ourselves to proclaim the gospel to others. We don't have to use our pastor to do it only. No, we don't have to. Every Christian is a minister. Every Christian is a minister. Not a pastor, but a minister. God said that you and I have gifted for ministry to serve others. And we are God's instrument to do His work and speak out for Him and to tell others of the right and the day different He made for us. Can you imagine the feeling that the esteem that anyone realize that God has entrusted His work on us, to us, entrusting His work to us? Wow. You are forgivable. In the other word, you are forgiven. There are no three words that communicate self-worth than you are forgiven. These three words, you are forgiven. God doesn't rub His sin. Doesn't rub His sin in, but He rubbed them off. He rubbed them out. He rubbed them out. He doesn't rehearse your sin like we do. But He released it. When you come to Christ, our sins are wiped out and we will not be held accountable for them. You are forgotten and gone. They are forgotten. All the sins are forgotten. Gone, erased, treated as though they were never existed. I remember vividly in 1998 when my home mortgage in the city of Azusa was paid off by someone else. We don't mean do anything. A lot of you heard the story. In the letter I received from the mortgage company that one thing that stood out is they said, your loan has been forgiven. Your loan has been forgiven. $89,000. It's a lot. What a relief, right? But that was just a material thing, which we cannot take with us when we leave this earth. My house, my car, my possession, everything. When I leave this earth, nothing come with me. Stay. But God is in the business of forgiving sins. The spiritual thing that we have always be with us. He can take all our sins and wipe out the slate clean. Immediately, our past can be flushed. So it is in God's mercy that we confess our sin. Christ forgive us immediately without any charge. And if nothing had as if nothing has ever gone wrong. Nothing wrong with us at all. Just like gone. So there you have it. The 4 pillars of self-esteem,